Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, words my brethren in the UK, Great Britain, all that stuff. Shout out to you guys. Speaking of the Great Britain, UK, all that good stuff over there. Eddie Hearn. Thank you, Eddie Hearn. We don't say thank you, Al Heyman, on this channel. We say thank you, Eddie Hearn, because he's the best promoter in boxing right now. But aside from that, thank you, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn in the news on this channel, at least, because I saw something interesting on Twitter that I wanted to share with you guys if you haven't seen it already. Now, what happened was a fan tweeted Eddie Hearn something very interesting. I don't know why he got the idea to tweet Eddie Hearn about this, but I actually liked that he did. He said that following in this tweet to Eddie, he said, I quote, "Eddie Hearn, please, could you put thought into bringing out a new boxing video game? There hasn't been one in like 10 years. Please reply." Eddie Hearn then, in exchange, replies by saying two words, simply, I quote, "on it." So Eddie Hearn got an idea. Eddie Hearn is a businessman. So could there be a new boxing video game in the making? Will we see a new edition of Fight Night? Because look, there's only a handful. I mean, I don't play video games like I used to when I was a kid. I used to enjoy video games. Like I played Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog and Halo and Call of Duty and 2K and all kinds of games you guys probably wouldn't know because they're old as hell. And I'm getting older, so most of you guys won't remember. But anyway, I enjoy video games. I played a lot of sports games, especially the WWE games. Like I had WWE SmackDown vs. Raw, Here Comes the Pain, SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, WWE Shut Your Mouth, WWE Know Your Role, WWE Day of Reckoning. I was a hardcore WWE guy back in the day. But anyway, Eddie Hearn, if he decides to, actually go through with this, give the boxing world a video game, thank you, even more. We would say thank you, Eddie Hearn. We would say thank you, Eddie Hearn, all the time, even for videos that know how to do Eddie Hearn. Because, one criticism I do have about boxing, in comparison to other sports, is in other sports you get the sport is in some way, shape, or form marketed to casual fans every year, and that might be through video games. I think one way that you market the sport to keep people who don't normally tune in to watch maybe the NBA or the NFL or the NHL or the MLB is their video games. You might not have, for example, I know people who aren't big baseball fans, but they have MLB 2K, or vice versa for the NBA or the NFL, and then that's how people familiarize themselves with whatever product it is you have. Now, the last boxing game I believe was Fight Night Champion, and that came out I believe maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago, something like that. So it's been quite some time since we've had a boxing video game, and the sport has new stars. We're not reliant upon Mayweather and Pacquiao anymore to carry the sport. And it's an interesting place, and I love to play a boxing video game. I love to, play a new Fight Night, so I could kick your guys' ass with Romo Gonzalez and Anthony Joshua and some of my favorite fighters, Kell Brook, Adrian Granados, just whoever they put in the game that I can play with. I'll put in some work against you guys. But what I'm saying is, Eddie Hearn, not even just for the fans, from a business standpoint, it make a lot of sense to have a new boxing video game, because maybe not in America, because in America UFC it seems to be more popular here right now in America. So most people aren't checking for boxing, let alone a boxing video game here. Unfortunately, most people have UFC 2, which is the worst sports game of all time, but we'll save that for another video. I hate that game. But as far as the UK fans, if you were able to just, let's say they have a soft launch, right? Let's say if they just created Fight Night, they have a soft launch in the UK, it would be big, because boxing over there is big right now. And I'm sure the fans would definitely put their money where their mouth is. I know that for me personally, if Fight Night came out tomorrow, I would take whatever money I have in my bank account, and I would buy that Fight Night the next day. I'd buy a new system, because I need to upgrade my system anyway soon. So I need a reason to. I need a reason to upgrade my system. I need a reason to start playing video games again, and this would be a great reason to start playing video games regularly again. So please, Eddie Hearn, if this video gets to you, if you guys, if you want Send this video to Eddie Hearn and tell him that we want a new boxing video game, because I want a new boxing video game, and I'm sure there's plenty of boxing fans out there, no matter who you're a fan of as far as fighters go, you want a new boxing video game as well. And that's one way you create fans. You create fans because they know fighters from video games. And I know so many people who learn about the NBA and the MLB and boxing as well through video games. Shout out to my boy Juan Pablo, one of my best friends. He's not a boxing fan. You know, he knows a little bit about it because I make YouTube videos and he checks the channel out to support his boy. But when we were growing up as kids, he had a lot of he's a big video gamer. Always had all the new video games, and he bought Fight Nights. When Fight Nights came out, you know, with Bernard Hopkins on the cover and all that stuff, he had all of them. And that's how he knew who Bernard Hopkins, Shane Mosley, Oscar De La Hoya, those big names were. And that's how people are going to know who Anthony Joshua, who Danny Garcia, who Keith Thurman, Kell Brook, all the top fighters in boxing, Gennady Golovkin, Lomachenko, Terrence Crawford, you know, even Andre Ward. You don't like Andre Ward. That's how they'll know Andre Ward as well. They'll play video games. They might like a guy and then become fans of him just off of freaking video games. Video games can sway the perception of players or athletes a lot. Like, for example, I play 2K sometimes. I hate Draymond. Like, I used to like Draymond Green, and then I started playing 2K, and he's like a 90 overall. He hits 3-pointers. I hate Draymond Green. 2K has made me hate Draymond Green. It's overrated, but that's another story for another day. But yeah, like that's one way you create fans in the sport. So Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, EA Sports, all the other video game companies, other 2K, you know, make a new Fight Night. We're salivating for it. We want it. The boxing fans want it. If you release it, the people will buy it. Whether boxing is big right now or not, people will buy it just because it's a new sports game. Fight Night was a very popular franchise from EA Sports. It was probably one of the best collection of video games EA Sports ever put out. Was all the Fight Night games. So, and I still have some of them that, you know, that I play here every now and then when I get super bored of my old Xbox 360. Gotta upgrade soon. But anyway, that's besides the point. Let me know what you guys think. Boxing fans suggest that Eddie Hearn get together with someone, put together a new video game. Eddie Hearn says he's on it. What do you guys think? Do we, the boxing fans, deserve a new video game? Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.